welcome back to
Bunso Bites.
I'm your host, Ami43.
And I'm your co-host, Chiggy.
Hi, Chiggy.
Hi, Ami.
How are you? What's going on? How's your week going?
So it's been a couple of months where I've been able to do some laundry. And we learned right before we went to our vacation that my dryer does not heat anymore. And so I have to replace it.
Yeah, literally, I was trying to do the thing where you like clean up everything before you go on vacation so that when you come home, you have a nice clean house. And I had tossed all of Chiggy's bed sheets into the washer.
Mm-hmm.
And we had, this was like 2 days in advance, so we had plenty of time. Put it in the dryer, and when I like checked it, it was like cold. I was like, this doesn't feel right. And because it's sheets, you know, the comforter and all that stuff, I was like, I don't want to risk it being like any type of damp because obviously you don't want mold or anything like that. So it's okay. Run it through a cycle again. Ran it through a cycle, and it was just kind of like being weird. And I was like, this is weird. And then, you know, I had to go to work the next day or whatever. I had run it through the cycle, and when I came back, like, it was still cold. Like, it's not just, you know, damp. Like, it's cold to the touch. I was like, all right, now this is the night before. So then I was like, okay, well, we still have time. Toss it in the dryer, you know, like, it's everything is fine. Yeah, no, did not work. I finally, like, we ran a couple tests. I had Chiggy look at it, and I was like, okay, well, we can't leave the sheets as is. And these like all the sheets and all the blankets and stuff. So I literally hung all the blankets across like furniture. We had the comforter across the handrail of the stairs. Yeah, I like laid it on top of like couches and like the little divider thingy and all that stuff, just so that they can air dry it. Like I was worried that obviously like if it stays wet, it'll get like, you know, it could smell funky or get moldy or something like that. And these are bed sheets, so I was like, all right. Did what we had to do, and that was like 12 o'clock, I think, the night before we left for our vacation. So yeah, that was a fun little surprise right before we left.
So when we got back from vacation, I was like, I got to spend more money to fix my dryer, which was fine at first. Mm-hmm. And then, well, originally my washer had broke, so I wanted to replace my washer. Got a deal to replace my washer and dryer because they were old anyways. Mm-hmm. Got those replaced. Dryer was crapping out. So then I got another dryer because it was under warranty. Mm-hmm. And that worked for a couple of months. And now the dryer's dead again. So another fix for the dryer. I'm going to get a new one. And then hopefully that one stays alive long enough for us to do stuff.
Yeah, for us to do laundry. But, you know, I mean, if that's our biggest problem in the world, you know, life can be funny about it. So I'm just grateful that, you know, like I said, we were able to clean the house, and when you came back home, you had a nice clean home to come to, and albeit sheets and stuff and blankets hanging everywhere, but it is what it is. Mm-hmm. And yeah, so I mean, at least, like I said, at least we know that it's a problem. We can get it fixed. It's not the end of the world. So
Yep. So other than that, how has your week or your update going?
I don't really have necessarily anything new. I think life has just been pretty busy after vacation, you know, kind of just resetting and getting back into the groove of things. We had a couple of like things just like coming up, which are not abnormal for us. We had like a church activity that I was helping with. We had my friend's birthday was last week, and we kind of sort of not had a party for her. She threw a party, and I asked her, I was like, is this supposed to be your birthday party? And she's like, yes and no. And I was like, so am I celebrating your birthday? And she says, no, I don't want anyone to know, but I am throwing this party to like hang out with friends. It's the Summer I Turned Pretty party. So the episodes come out every Wednesday, and so she wanted to do a like a Wednesday weeknight party. So she invited me, some of her old coworkers. She invited out to one of our mutual friends, and she also invited like some people. And we're part of a little like girls group. I call it like a girls group of just a bunch of girls who like to like hang out for either book club. They have like book club, arts and crafts, like, you know, just like a group of local 757 girlies. And she kind of just like shot in the group text. She was like, hey, I'm throwing this like summer I turned pretty party. If anyone's interested, like, you're more than welcome to come over. And it was crazy. There was like 20 of us. And it felt very girlhood. It felt very, we were all giggling at like silly things, and we were taking pictures, and we were like, we played game. My friend did a very, very good job. She's a wonderful host as it is. And she kind of just, she, in her own way, like that's how she has fun. So she like went all out. She went all out with the theme and all this stuff. And so I helped her. I cut watermelon. I don't know if that really helped, but I cut watermelon for you. And it was a lot of fun. So a lot of like things that have just kind of kept the calendar busy, but not necessarily any updates, if that makes sense. Like nothing has changed. Still, you know, chugging along, doing the thing, living life as much as I can anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, and so before we even get into today's episode, which today's episode is something that we've been wanting to do, we just haven't had a chance to do it. But it's kind of one of those things that's like, oh yeah, we'll talk about it, and then we just forgot about it, and then we're like, oh, we have to talk about that. But before we do that, this goes back to even before we went on vacation, because I completely forgot. When I went to New York, I went to a whole bunch of stores, and I think I got these from Tesso Life, which is an Asian convenience like grocery store, something or other. And I picked up some fun flavors of Doritos. Okay. Now, if you don't know, Doritos internationally has like a bunch of random fun flavors. Doritos, Lay's, like there's always different unique flavors. So I picked these two up because I really wanted to try it with Chiggy, and so that will be in lieu of our no longer opening Labubu's segment. Let's do a chip tasting and see if we like it. Okay, so well, which one do you want to try first? I have two flavors of Doritos. I have Doritos Late Night Seasoned Kalbi Chicken, and then we have Doritos Golden Cheese flavor. I don't know what the difference between golden cheese and
nacho cheese.
Nacho cheese is. I don't know, but it looks cool, and the bag is orange, and Chiggy's favorite color is orange, which is why I picked it up. So, which one do you want to try first?
That one.
The golden cheese? Okay, let's try the golden cheese. All right. So, we're going to try... Ooh, why? Is it bad? We're going to try Doritos golden cheese flavor.
Hi, Jack and I.
Oh.
It's smelling different.
It smells like milder nacho cheese.
Milder.
Is that a word? A more mild nacho cheese? It smells cheesy, but like it also smells like chip, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Like it has more potato chip scent. Cheers. Cool.
So, this doesn't look like it has a lot of like
flavor.
The powder cheese on it.
Right, yeah. It smells like corn chippy with cheese flavor on it. Rather than, like, on Doritos nacho cheese, it smells like cheese powder.
Yeah. I don't know. It just may be, like, an American thing where the powder is just...
Dominates.
Well, not even dominates, but it just, like... It just engulfs the entire chip.
Yeah. I don't think it won't be flavored.
This is, like, very subtle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can barely see that there is any powder on it. It looks like a regular corn tortilla chip.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I smell a corn tortilla. Like I smell Frito, and then I smell the cheese.
I can already taste the flavor because I had the chip in my mouth.
Oh, okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Ooh, I like that. It's giving... Let me not talk with my mouth full. It's giving sweet, like Eden cheese, but kind of also the same. if this is such a niche thing, back when movie theaters used to have cheese powder for popcorn that you could do at the, like, you could do on your own.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it tastes like. Like, it's not overwhelmingly cheesy, but it's cheese.
Yeah. I don't know. To me, it has more of a chip crunch.
Mm-hmm.
More
The
of
texture.
more of an actual crunch, not like a fake, quote unquote, American Dorito crunch. But
it got that crunch, not just crunch.
see, I don't get it when you use crunch and crunch as a way to describe things, because it doesn't describe anything.
It does in my head. Do you like it?
I mean, I'd rather eat this over American Doritos. Yes.
Over like nacho cheese Doritos, you'd have golden cheese?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only because, you know, I don't like so much powder on it.
Yeah.
Like, the flavor's already there, and you can barely see it, and it doesn't leave like so much of a residue on your hand.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'll also say? Instead of, you know how like nacho cheese kind of like is like spicy cheese, lack of a better way of saying it, it's not really spicy, but it kind of has like it smells spicy, if that makes sense. Mm-hmm. This, when you smell it, as you were saying, it's like more subtle. This is like almost like milky cheese. Like it has like a, I don't want to say it's a dairy smell, because it's not, but it does, because it's not that like sting of nacho cheese Doritos, that like really harsh cheese powder. It's like a really smooth, like popcorn cheese powder.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like it. Out of 5, what would you give it?
Oh, out of 5.
Yeah. Sorry,
I'm about to say 6, but since it's, because that was out of 10, so out of 5, it's a 3.
A 3? Okay. Honestly, I don't know. I want to try the other one before I give my number. But
why'd you ask me?
Because I wasn't thinking. Okay, right now I'll give this a 4, because I really like it. It's giving me that like nostalgic popcorn cheese flavor, which I really, really love. I miss having cheese at the movie theaters. Like, I used to dump so much cheese on my popcorn. It was the best. Okay, now. Oh, look, it was easy open. That's why I could open this one. This, again, is Doritos Late Night Seasoned Galbi Chicken. And this is in Hangul on the back. But I don't, not that it matters at all. Are you gonna read it?
Let's see. What, the one in yellow?
I don't know.
지금까지 이런 소넥은 없다? 없다. I don't know what it means.
So, funny story. Chiggy learned or taught himself Hangul before Duolingo was really a thing. So, he's relatively confident in actually reading Hangul. Whether or not we actually understand what it says, no. But
I do see a word I do know.
What's that word?
So the letters in red on this yellow.
On the little text, yeah.
Yellow. It says, "이거는 치킨인가?" 소개인가?
The facial expression for me is what got it. The chicken.
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it.
So, I mean, this is galbi chicken, as you can see in the picture. So.
Yeah, I like the packaging a lot. Okay.
Then you watch it too.
Ooh. Okay. This definitely smells like sweet marinade. Try to smell. You smell like very sweet barbecue sauce almost, but not. Cheers. Oh. I went on a journey there. Whoa. Wait, that's wild. Oh, there's a little heat. Like a little in the back.
Okay, so
this is great.
Immediately when you eat the chip, and I devoured my entire chip.
Oh.
So your mouth's gonna get filled as if it was real smoky chicken in your mouth. Mm-hmm. But that's just how it tastes.
So, for me, the first hit is like that sweet, like marinade barbecue like scent that you would get on like galbi. Mm-hmm. Like if you guys ever go to an Asian grocery store and you get like the galbi marinade in a jar, the red jar. That's like the first, like, it kind of hits your tongue. And then as you're chewing it and as it goes like across your palate, it's just a wave of like barbecue smoke. Like I feel like I'm at KBBQ with like the smoke that I'm tasting, which is funny because when you smell it, you don't really smell the smoke, but I can smell on my breath the smoke. Like as I'm talking, I can smell. It literally tastes like the char on barbecue chicken.
Yeah. At the end of the taste lingers the spice.
Yes, and there's a little right at the very end. And not really, it's spice, but it's not like, it's not spicy. It's kind of like it's like a mellow, like, just this note at the end that kind of just, like, is dancing across, like, the back of your tongue. And it's kind of like, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like, yeah, you're right. It's right at the end as you're swallowing it at the very back of your throat. Just kind of a little, ooh, at the very end. It's really nice. I like it.
Yeah. For some reason, this one seems to have more powder on it.
Yes.
But it's not like you can actually see it.
Yeah. No, it's
more...
not
as visible as like the nacho cheese Doritos, but this one, like, you can definitely tell on your finger that there's more powder on it.
Yeah. I wonder, like, what they use. It, like, the thing I'm thinking of or equating to this is, like, liquid smoke. People put liquid smoke in barbecue marinades. But it's like, it really is a deep, charry smokiness. And that sweet and that heat right at the end. Very savory. I'll give it that, too. Oh, I like it. Okay. So, actually, yeah, definitely now that I've had this will, for me, will go down to a 3.5. But again, I know 100% is more nostalgia for me because I just really like cheese. So this is a 3.5. I would give this a 4.5. This is really good. I would eat this bag and more. Like, I'd eat an American-sized bag of this. Yeah. Especially if I was watching, like, a football game or if I was, like, when you're, like, just sitting and munching, I feel like this is really quick to go through. I don't know. Did you like it?
Oh, yeah. So, like, the second chip that I ate, instead of just crunching through it, I just let it sit in my mouth. And
let it sit, yeah.
I just sucked on the flavor. No homo. But
no one was gonna say that.
I definitely tasted like it was actual galbi.
Really?
Yeah.
Like you got that like meaty marinade taste. Now, can you taste any specifically chicken?
No.
Vice. Yeah.
No.
Okay. See, because I was thinking too. I was like, am I tasting chicken or is it just the marinade? I think it's just the marinade with the smoke and like that little bit of heat right at the end.
So like, I kind of likened it to like when you're eating galbi, and you have the bone and just like it's sitting on your teeth, but you're like trying to like nibble away at the chicken or like suck at the juices. That's what I taste.
Yeah. That like that savory, like almost like mouth-watering like part of it where you're just like holding on to the taste. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's good. I like it. I like it a lot. What would you rate the chicken?
4.75.
Wow.
Out of 5.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like that one.
Yeah, and I don't. I mean, so back to what we were talking about before. If you go to a lot of international stores, you'll see all kinds of like the international flavors. Like I think we've seen like different types of curry flavors, different types of like a lot of times it's like seafood or malatang or mapo tofu, like very like hot spicy Asian dishes. This is the first time that I've seen chicken, let alone galbi chicken, and I was like, okay, that's really, really cool. So I'm glad that we found that one. Hopefully we can find it. I got it in New York, so I don't know if we'll find it again, but definitely one to think. But if you guys ever go to your international grocery stores or if you shop there regularly, highly, highly recommend trying some of the fun flavors because they genuinely have some like interesting ones. And these ones are pretty good if you see them. Again, we got golden cheese, but this one is from Taiwan, and then that one is
Korea, probably.
Korean. No, it is Korean. It doesn't specifically say Korea, but it's in Hangul, so. Yeah. And it's
made by Lotte. Lotte.
But yeah, that was a fun little break in our episode. Yeah, let us know in the comments down below if you guys have tried any other unique flavors of. It doesn't even have to be just Doritos. There's Lay's chips, whatever chips you could find, especially the international flavors. Let us know. So that was fun. On to the actual topic of today's episode. Again, this is a topic that we have been meaning to talk about. We just haven't gotten to it. And I know we were talking about it in a couple of our weekly updates.
Yeah.
Probably like what? A couple weeks ago now? I don't even remember. But because life happened and we forgot. But we wanted to recap our D&D campaign. And oh wow, what an adventure, literally and figuratively, because imagination, we love her. But before we even get into that, and this is the thing, so Chiggy and I are not, well, let me not say that because we are now, but we were, but prior to this experience, we had not played D&D. I had not played D&D. We are very fortunate though that Chiggy's older brother, aka Kuya happens to be a dungeon master, and by happens to me, he is a dungeon master. He's done it, as for a while, I think. And so us and another couple friend of ours was like, hey, why don't we just run a campaign just for fun? Like, we can meet every we were able to schedule it, okay, let's try to meet every 2 weeks and let's just do this thing. It shouldn't be too bad. And then when we talked to Kuya about it, he was like, yeah, I can, run a session with you guys. No problem. Great. Awesome. We set the plan into motion. Little did we know what we were getting into, because at least according to Kuya, what was supposed to be a 1, maybe 2 session campaign turned into 4.
No. It was supposed to be a one-shot campaign. So you're supposed to do it in one sitting.
Right. But we also still had to do the beginning part, which was a process. That's why I was saying maybe 1, maybe 2, because we had to do the beginning part together. But it was supposed to be we sit down, have a campaign, and then get through it in 1-ish night.
Yeah.
Theoretically.
So estimation would probably be about 4 hours.
Sure.
No, that's what he said.
Was it? Okay. Yeah. All I know is that he had a script of about 10 pages. Mind you, that sounds like a lot, but he also had, if you don't, D&D is a whole thing, and so there are alternate endings, there are different solutions to things, and so that's why it was 10 pages. But yeah, before we even got into the campaign, our first session, quote unquote, together was us creating our characters. And I wanted to deep dive into this part first because, well, number one, it kind of was a fun thing for us, I think, in a lot of ways, because we are so unfamiliar with the whole process of it. But also it was so eye-opening at how much freedom we were going to have with this, how much autonomy you would have. Because when I came into this, I was like, oh, okay, well, you're just going to be limited by A, B, C, and D. I was thinking a video game, you pick your character, here are your stats. That is not how it goes at all. It's crazy. But it's very, very cool. So, to get started, Chiggy, please introduce us to your character.
Okay, so my character's name is Trip, Tripp. Double P. Yeah. And he is a orc ranger. He's only level 3, so I haven't picked my subclass yet.
Right.
And I named him Trip because although he is quote unquote a sniper, I'm pretty clumsy as it is, and so if I were to physically put myself in that character's shoes, and be agile and stuff, I don't walk around a lot.
Right.
I'm not very fast, so I trip. So his name is Trip.
Sorry, I'm just remembering. So all these memories are flooding back to me right now. So yes, Trip, who is species is orc, right? And then your
orc is my race.
Oh, race. I'm sorry. And then your character class or your thingy is ranger.
Correct.
Can you explain those two things for the friends, for the audience?
My race and my class?
If people don't know what orcs are, not everyone knows what a ranger is.
So when I play certain games, and you say the name or word orc, you think of like a green creature. And when I think of it, and because I play Ragnarok, orcs are green in that game. They're medium build. They're ugly, hairy. They're supposed to be strong.
They are, yeah.
And they're not very mobile, but
and yet you chose a sniper ranger.
Yeah.
The irony of your character.
But yeah, I didn't think of it as like being like the best class in the world.
Right.
But I just thought of it to be something I'd choose because I know I wouldn't really pick that class, sort of say as my first pick.
Okay.
But since you had picked my original class.
Really?
Or my original race, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I was like, I don't want to be the third, so let me pick something else.
Oh, in our party, yeah. And then, can you explain ranger for the class?
So a ranger is an archer type class. Think of bow and arrow, Katniss.
Yes, very Katniss Everdeen.
Yep. And the ranger also has daggers as their melee weapon.
Yeah.
So you can choose between the two if you want to go up close and do damage, or if you want to be at range and do more damage.
Mm-hmm. And I will say, at the end of all this, it really worked out perfectly. Our party was so incredibly balanced, and I was like, oh, this makes us feel better about our friendship because I feel like we complement each other really, really well. Because as Chiggy said, he can do melee, but his almost like your specialty or your where you thrive is by doing range attacks.
Yes.
And you were one of two characters in our party who could do range attacks.
Correct.
So again, very, very, it made us very, very balanced.
All right. So my character is a orc ranger. What about yours?
My character is, I think I ended up choosing a halfling.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted to be little. I wanted to be baby size. Like, I wanted to be puny. And I think being human made you, like, 4 to 6 feet. And I was like, and then being a halfling made me 2 to 4 feet. So I was a 2 foot. And so I was a halfling, and I was a bard.
Mm-hmm.
My character's name is Lyre, like the instrument, as per bard lore things. And I actually, like, I don't know. My friend and I we were texting each other the night before because we were so hyped about creating our characters. So she and I we deep dived, and I came up with an entire backstory of my character and, like, why my character is the way that they are, and what traits I wanted to be exemplified in my character based on their backstory. All of which you guys will find out completely backfired on me, but it's not bad. It was just kind of one of those things like, oh, okay. And so yeah, I was a bard. I also had daggers. I never used them because my athleticism scores were like garbage. And I very intentionally used my instruments and my I really pushed all my numbers towards like intelligence and wit and wisdom and charisma. So my attacks were not really attacks. We were joking the whole time because the attack, I don't even remember what the attack is called. It's like I essentially will make a joke at someone at range. I just like kind of call it malicious mockery or something like that. And that turned into, well, I'll just tell your mama jokes because I'm not clever at all. And so the whole time for an entire campaign, I would tell your mama jokes for like 2 damage. that was what I contributed to the team. But yeah, it was, like I said, I loved being the little guy on the team. I loved that I was along with we had a paladin on our team. You were our orc ranger. We had what was his race? Do you remember his paladin? giant paladin, orc ranger, halfling bard, and what was she? She was
a druid.
A druid nature person. What is it? I can't remember what it's called.
Her race is Asmir, I think.
Okay. So, she was able to do range magic, and she had high intelligence like I did. And then you were able to do attacks, but mainly from range. And then we had a full-on melee attacker with our paladin. So, pretty well. Oh, we also had someone hop in to our campaign. Very, like...
Well, they know who he is.
Well, yeah. Shout out to Mikey the Majestic.
Mikey the Majestic. No, it's not Mikey. It's Mickey.
Mickey the Majestic. He happened to... I don't even know how it happened. I think he just kind of dropped in on one of our hangouts and was like, I'll hop in. He also ended up being a halfling, and he was a rogue.
Yes.
So he specialized in like assassination and stealth. There you go. So again, very... I think we were a very well-rounded group. Like, considering like our skill sets, we kind of covered the gamut of it. I think the only thing we could have probably done better with is like maybe having one more support, I feel like, because I was kind of the only one really playing support. But then I guess it was fine. We're such a smaller party, so it worked out. But if I were to add one more, I might add like, I don't know, a healer or something specific like that. But yeah, those are our characters. We have Trip and Liar, and we went off on our adventure. Now, I need to give straight kudos to Kuya. He did an amazing job, not just with being our DM, but also just the incredible amount of patience that he had, because we took forever to do anything. We were so caught up in trying to do the right thing that we ended up making 10,000 circles to even make a singular decision. But to recap, the story starts as us as a a group of friends. What am I talking about? A band of friends. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Group of friends. We've been hired by two towns, Easton and Weston. And Easton and Weston have this problem with their bridge. It's called, what is it? It's the Starfall Bridge. Starfall Bridge. And, you know, the bridge is held together by magic, but also it's held together as a bridge should be held together with bridge material, rocks and things. Based on the picture, it was rocks. I couldn't tell you what time period we were in, but we were in some type of time period that things were still made of rocks. And it was just this interesting dichotomy of, there's Easton, which is kind of a more high-end and like the business side of the towns, while Weston is, you know, a little bit more rugged, craftsmanship, the manufacturing end of things. So both sides need each other to be successful. However, as you can tell, I mean, this is the whole kind of point of the story, there are differences amongst the towns. And so there's a festival coming up to celebrate this bridge, and normally a ritual is to happen to help strengthen the magic of the bridge, which is, you know, to kind of bridge over water type stuff, literally bridging the towns together, but also magically bridging the towns together, all these things, right? And so we go on this fun little adventure of like, okay, here's the bridge, or here's the problem. Bridge is falling apart, supposedly. So what are we going to do? And literally, I think it took us 30 minutes to even decide. And I think we ended up going to the fairgrounds, where we went to go talk to the people of the town. And at this point, we were like, I think we were just kind of trying to gather information, like just figure out. Obviously, the mayors have hired us. And so we're like, okay, well, let's figure out what are the townspeople saying? And again, kind of exacerbating the idea of like different values among the cities and who's right, who's wrong. At the end of the day, we need to come together and fix this bridge. We're like, all right. Then we hear about the two characters. What are their names? We should have done this so much sooner. It's a boy and girl. Oh no, I'm so mad. As soon as I hear it, I'm gonna know, which is what's annoying. But there are two characters. One, the boy, he's from Easton, and the girl is from Weston. I was gonna say Gabriella and Katniss, and I was like, that's not it.
Going.
Nope.
I'll think of the girl's name sometime.
Okay, so the boy and the girl. Me being me, I was kind of like, okay, I see where this, like, I'm just kind of basing this on tropes. Like, I don't really know how in-depth Kuya was going to get into this, but I was like, well, clearly there needs to be a wedding, and that's the ritual. Like, that was the first thing. I think I said that out loud in the middle of our session. I was like, if there's a boy and a girl, a bridge across, you know, to unite the towns, they gonna have to get married. Like, that was the first thought that I had, and I said it out loud.
So the girl's name is Kayla.
Kayla. That's right. What's the boy's name? We will never know. We will remember at the most inopportune time. And so we get wind of this from the townspeople, and then from there we're like, okay, well, now we have information. Now we gotta go find these kids. Where are we gonna go? Also, shout out to Kuya. He also set up these really cool, like, it wasn't a full-on map, but he had images ready. So it was really nice to, like, he set the scene really well. He was kind of sitting on the corner with his laptop, and then we were just projecting it onto the TV, and we were sitting in a table in front of the TV. And I was like, oh, this makes it feel more real. But yeah, what happens next? I don't want to tell the whole story.
Oh, no, you need to tell the whole story because I never paid attention.
Oh, my gosh. Okay. Well, back to the map. So I think, if I'm not mistaken, after we kind of went around the town's area and the fairgrounds, we ended, you know, talking to people, we get word about, oh, I saw them heading towards the observatory. The observatory is further south, so we were looking at the map. We're like, okay, we can go further south. At this point, it was like mid-morning, so we're like, okay, plenty of time. I think we had per the timeline of the story, we had 3 days. So then we go to the observatory, talk to this very beautiful elf. Don't know her name either, but she's kind of like the historian, records keeper type lady. And she was like, yeah, they were here. They're not here anymore. We're like, ah, great, awesome. Where'd they go? I don't really know, but here's a thing here's a letter, I think. So we ended up getting the letter for them. And in the letter, the boy and the girl kind of wrote something along the lines of, we're not trying to make anything worse. If anything, we're trying to work together so that we can make it better. In reference to the bridge, right? Because the bridge is falling apart. And then afterwards, we're like, okay, so let's go to, I think there was like a druidic glen. So then we're like, okay, Glade. Druidic glade. We're like, let's go to the druidic glade. On the way, we were going to cross the bridge anyways. When we get to the bridge, oh snap, there's a cute little elf old man just hammering at the bridge. And I was like, hey, we should talk to him. And so the paladin goes and talks to him, which is so ironic because I was like, I said we should talk to him. I did not talk to him, even though I was the one with the charisma. I was like, all right, we talked to him. And he was like, well, you can use as much magic as you want, but at the end of the day, it's a bridge. You have to put it together. Like, he was physically hammering at it and, like, putting it together. He's like, at the end of the day, you kind of have to put a bridge, like, the bridge has to be held up. And then at this time, you called out and you made a friend, right?
Oh, yeah. So, since I'm a ranger, I have a skill that I can call on animals. And so I called along a sparrow to keep us company. Yep. And I named it Hector because, like, there's this one reel where, like, the guy, he sees a bird that's, like, tapping on his window. He's like, oh, hey, Hector. And then, like, he's, like, feeding him. And then he's like, do you want to have a sit? And then he, like, sits on his hand. He's still feeding him. Aww. And, like, that's where I was like, okay, your name's Hector. Yes. So stay with me. So that was one of my friends. I have the same skill to get another animal, but I never used it.
We didn't end up using it. Yeah. So then after we talk to the elf, we make our way to the druidic glade, and we had kind of this, like, fun little adventure part of, do we take the road less traveled or the road that's, like, well lit? And obviously we took the road less traveled because, yeah, that's great. But what ended up happening was we kind of faced our first problem of sorts, or like it was the first thing where we kind of had to like problem solve. And so the situation was we were going in through this great glade, and it's getting darker and darker along the path, and then we're kind of put on a spotlight for some reason, and we can't identify where we are, but we know that we're being spotlit, and we know that there's an audience. It's almost as if we like stumbled onto a stage.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, great. Me being the bard. Yes, absolutely. Let me just do my bard thing. I'm pretty sure I rolled like a 1. Like it was the worst roll ever. And what's even sadder is everyone else had, I'm pretty sure our paladin has a negative number. He still rolled higher than me, even though I had an advantage on my roll. And so thankfully our DM was very, very gracious because I just completely buffled that. And so everyone in the party kind of did something quirky and fun, and then I ran a cantrip, I think it's called, and I essentially just added a bunch of sparkles to what everyone did. So like if the paladin swung his sword, I made his sword go whoosh, like really cool, because I couldn't actually do anything. And I was like, great, the one thing that I was supposed to contribute to the party, I did not contribute. This will be a theme for the rest of the journey, by the way. But after we were able to, I guess we had to essentially earn the applause, and then we ended up in this clearing. We're like, oh, okay, great, awesome. We made it to this clearing. And in this clearing, we run across an herbalist. And this herbalist is like very fiercely looking in the bushes for something. And we were like, herbalist, what are you looking for? And the girl was like, oh, I'm looking for my mother's necklace. Oh, okay, great. Like, do you need help? Oh, I don't know. I'm just going to keep looking, whatever. We're like, all right, we'll look too, because clearly you're lost, and we're just trying to figure stuff out too. Us thinking like maybe she has more information we can glean from her. Walk forward some more. We come across a fairy, and it's a very, very cute fairy. I don't know where we got this image. It was a very cute little chubby thing. It looked like a Dewu, actually. Very, very big giant eyes and just like this squat little body. And it was holding something shiny. And we're like, necklace, mother's necklace. So we had to, I don't even remember how we did it, but we had to finagle it away from the fairy, realizing that it wasn't because it was shiny, but because it was a magical item.
Yeah.
I remember how our rogue just said, I'm going to steal it. And he rolls like a nat 20. I was like, oh, great, awesome. And then we had to distract the fairy while he ran away. We go back to the herbalist. Oh, surprise of all surprises, it's Kayla. So we're like, oh, Kayla, hi. Here's your mother's necklace. Can you help us? We're trying to fix the bridge. And she's like, I'm trying to fix the bridge, but I don't know the answer. We're like, okay, well, we'll help you find the answer. Move forward a little bit more, and then we run across is it Bowel? Mm-hmm. No, not yet. What was first?
The first one was a tree.
A tree that was enchanted. And it was big.
It was a big tree.
It looks like if Grandmother Willow was having, like, a heart attack and she was mad. I don't know how else to describe it. That's what the image looked like to me. Grandmother Willow with a heart attack, mad, big open mouth. And we battled, which was so, so, so cool. Because I don't know if this is how it is in all D&D campaigns, but we got to use a graph. Can you explain this graph? Because I don't think I can do it justice.
Yeah. So I did try to explain it in a previous episode. If you've ever played like a tactical game or a tactics game, i.e. Final Fantasy Tactics or Disgaea series, those are like cubed or square pattern fields. And in D&D, it's a hexagonal shape. So it's a 6-sided figure, but the field is all hexagons.
Yeah.
And so you could move in one of 6 directions, wherever you're standing from. And each hexagon is 5 meters away from each other.
Oh, the distance
is 5 meters away from each other. And you have like a max movement of 30 feet for all of our characters.
Yes. And that's like at our level right now. We can only move 5 spaces.
And then we have like a skill where we can use up that we can make us move another 30 feet.
Yeah.
And so before you start battle, you pick where you want to I guess, go on the map.
You pick your place on the board.
And then the dungeon master reveals like all the other enemies and or the terrain of the map. And in this case, our first battle, we were all placed on one side, and then the tree was on the other side.
Because we kind of walked up to it, essentially, in our story, yeah.
Yeah. And it was literally a close quarter combat type situation.
For the most part.
Because we were only about 20 feet away from it when the battle started. But yeah, the way combat works is you guys roll on what order you'll be taking turns. So whoever rolls the highest goes first, the lowest goes last, and then it's cyclical. So as soon as you get done with the last person, it goes back to the first person.
And also, if for context, because I did not realize this, even though I should have, Dungeon Master is playing as the enemy.
Right.
So Kuya's rolling for the tree, essentially.
Yeah. Not only the enemy, but the Dungeon Master also plays as any of the NPCs that are working with the team.
Yes. Yeah.
So, Kayla and the boy were also playable characters from the Dungeon Master.
Yep.
Even though they were working with us.
Yes.
So, they really didn't do much in the campaign.
We just had to make sure they didn't die.
Exactly.
That was kind of the whole point.
So yeah, you roll for your order, and then when it's your turn, you can move, you can attack, you can do a certain number of things.
You can scream out a yo mama joke.
Yeah, that's one of your skills. So
literally, y'all, I did absolutely nothing. I am so ashamed. You have no idea. I tried so hard to. You have no idea, but I just was such a failure at all of it.
Yeah.
I kept rolling horrible when the times that I really needed to clutch out. Yeah.
That's okay. I mean, it's not like any of us died.
No, that's very true. And that's the name of the game, honestly. And I will say one of the cool things that I learned organically through all of it was that, yes, my attacking move was horrendous and, like, not great, but I could help you guys. So I can give you, like, I think you and I were lucky characters. So we can, if we roll poorly, we have another chance at a second roll. Yes. There's also bardic inspiration. So if I say, Trip, you're the greatest ranger out there, that can boost Trip's roll an additional. No, I think if you roll under a 10, you get to reroll. So things like that. And I was like, if I was, again, I had to learn it organically, but after so many battles, I kind of figured it out so that I could strategically play that when it's my turn and pick, exactly who it was. Realistically, at the end of the day, the druid threw some magic, you threw some arrows, and the paladin shoved its sword down its gaping whole mouth. Yeah. And we beat the tree, which was really, really cool. And, it felt very... What was cool was that I feel like our Dungeon Master was very particular in introducing elements to us in a way that, like, was digestible, but also we were able to kind of grasp and learn at our own pace without feeling too overwhelmed with what was happening. Okay. So, again, shout out to our Dungeon Master. But I'm pretty sure that about wraps up day 1. So, after we defeated the tree monster thing in the forest, at this point, we have met boy and girl. We know the problem is magical bridge falling apart. Should we fix it with magic? Should we fix it with this ritual? Should we fix it with rocks like the elf was doing? We don't know. But I think that'll about wrap it up for today, just because this episode is getting a lot longer than we expected. However, in our next episode, we will finish the campaign, or hopefully, I don't know, we'll see.
We'll probably do like day 2 and then part of day 3, and then we'll probably do a third part and do the last of the campaign and our celebration.
Yeah. We hope that you enjoyed today's episode. Thank you so much for listening. Please continue to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know down below. Have you ever played D&D? Are you interested in playing D&D? Like I said, or like we said earlier in the episode, this was our first experience with it. And honestly, I think we had a lot of fun. We were also very fortunate. We were able to do it with a bunch of friends that we're just super chill with. So that made it way better, I think. If we did this with a bunch of strangers, I would not have had as much fun.
Yeah.
So doing it with friends, especially for your first time, it's nice because then you feel, I think it gives you a more like relaxed feel overall, and you can be more yourself. But yeah, let us know in the comments down below if you've ever played before or if you'd want to play. Thank you so much for listening. We hope you guys enjoyed. Bye.